Guys, I broke a rule. Yes, I broke a rule, and I will explain what that rule is, why I broke it in today's video. So, thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate all of you. I hope you had an amazing weekend. Today we're going to be talking about a rule that was broken. Yes. So, let's get started. I'm going to start on the daily time frame, kind of go through what I was seeing in the charts, and kind of just like let you guys know what rule I broke, and you're going to have to let me know in the comments what you think and what I should do moving forward, because I'm kind of like, maybe I want to keep breaking this rule, maybe I'm kind of onto something, I don't know. So, I broke a rule today, and we're gonna talk about that. All right. Let's start on the daily time frame. Beautiful. Perfect. So, as we can see, we have been moving higher all week last week. We traded down into this daily fair value gap. We still have these relative equal highs. NASDAQ hit some all-time highs last week. And yeah, I mean, so today I was kind of expecting somewhat of a consolidation day, not a lot going on. Plus it's NFP week this week, so there's going to be high impact news drivers, and the market is probably going to go crazy. All right, it's probably going to go crazy. So with that in mind, we're just like looking for a session-based trade, nothing too crazy. We weren't gonna go for daily highs and lows. We weren't gonna go for all-time highs. We just wanted to like see how the session was, you know? Like we're just watching the market. We're just reading price action, okay? So this morning I really did not have a true bias. Again, we're still inside the previous day's range. And when I drop down to the lower time frames, we really haven't been moving that many pips, so yeah. All right, let's drop down to the 1 hour or 4 hour, just because it's a good habit to get into. I'm trying to stay inside that habit. Beautiful. Again, we are just consolidating. This high was created on Wednesday. We did break that high on Friday, but once I'm actually gonna go over to NAS today, because I did use NAS quite a bit this morning to get into my trade, and it kind of helped me, so yes. We took this high out, but on NASDAQ we did not take that high out. So on like the higher time frames, we actually have SMT, NASDAQ's going lower, and we took out this high on the ES. So we have like higher time frame SMT. Anyways, we're still in this kind of range. I mean, we didn't break out of it today or at all like this morning. We've just been ranging. So I've been watching this range, kind of seeing what's going to happen, looking at that 50% level. Where are we going to go next? What's happening? What are we doing? Yeah. So let's drop down to the 1 hour and talk about that for a little bit. All right, we are on the 1 hour time frame. Again, just consolidating. We had like this nice run last week on Tuesday. If we measure it out, we actually did trade back down into those OTE level right here before kind of consolidating the whole week and then taking out that high on Friday. So this would have been like a really nice long-term trade. So taking the trade off this 1 hour or 1 hour fair value gap, it coupled with this 1 hour order block right here, like this would have been a nice setup for those long-term traders. I mean, it did take a couple days to play out, which is not fun to be waiting in that, especially when you're like, the market just needs to run. So it did take a couple days for it to eventually take out this high, but it would have been a nice trade. So with that in mind, seeing how the price moved all last week, consolidating, and it's Monday, today's no news. We have NFP this week. It's just we were expecting a day. We were just expecting a day. Perfect. Again, we have our new week opening gap, so I have that marked out. Remember, it's the Friday's closing price and the Sunday's opening price. And since it's a very large one, I marked out the consequent encroachment of that as well. We've already traded through it once, so that is nice to see. I would like to see it come back down and do the sell side version of it, but we will see if the market wants to trade down here. I'm expecting it to, I would even like to see it come all the way back down to this new week opening gap, because this is a liquidity void in the market, and the market does not like these liquidity voids. So I wouldn't be surprised if NFP happens, we trade higher, maybe taking out this high, and then boom, or just going lower. So my kind of like bias is shorts for the week. Again, we are at all new highs, so we kind of want to be careful when we're going against the market, but for right now, we like the shorts. We like the shorts this week. Let's drop down to the 15-minute time frame. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right, so the market came up, took out these pre-market highs, so then we created these relative equal highs and traded a little bit down, came back up. We took out this high, filling in some more of this fair value gap right here before trading lower, taking out this swing low right here, and have yet to take out those London lows. But we did trade right down into that new week opening gap level, that high of the new week opening gap level. So we can assume we have a little bit of a reaction off of it. Today just wasn't the best day to trade, honestly. And I broke a rule. I broke a rule today. Yes, I did. I'm gonna explain it on the 1 minute time frame because it's better to explain it there. But I mean, like, today just really wasn't ideal to be trading in, but we traded in it anyways. Yes, we took a trade today. Yes, we took 2 trades today. 2. And that right there is my broken rule. As you guys know, I have been very strict about only taking 1 trade a day to stop myself from overtrading, but today we took 2. We took 2 different trades. I know. Probably thinking you're on something. Well, probably, maybe I am. We took 2 trades today, which is not in my rules at all. You guys know this. I only take 1 trade. 1 trade a day helps me to not overtrade, helps me to not revenge trade, but today we took 2 trades. I know. And I'll talk a little bit about that on the 1 minute chart. All right, so this is my second trade, and I'll show you guys where my first trade was. And also, I did not manage to hold my trade on this one, but it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. So that was my second trade. This was my first trade right here. So obviously we did not reach our take profit. This one was actually hit our stop loss, and then this one did eventually hit our 5-point take profit. And I'm gonna show you guys my executions. So boom. Here are my executions. Here you can see I did take 2 trades, in fact, and I broke a rule by doing that. One of the reasons I did take 2 trades was I wanted to go short. You guys can see this right here. Like, I wanted to go short here. We did come back down into a little bit of profit before hitting our stop loss. Now, the first trade was a little annoying because I knew I should have waited, because look at these relative equal highs here. They're beautiful. Plus we have a little bit of that buy side liquidity above these 15-minute highs. I'm just gonna go up to the 15. We have this buy side liquidity above these 15-minute highs, right? So I was like, if they're gonna go for these equal highs, they're gonna punch above this 15-minute high right here. And I knew that was gonna happen, but I still decided to get into this trade because I was like, listen, like the NASDAQ's going lower, the Dow was going higher, and the DXY was going higher. So looking back, all right, looking back, I should have just waited for my second trade setup because that was a much more clean, much more, yeah, just essentially just a much more clean setup. But the first trade I got into, I took a short here. I also don't like how we reacted off this 1 minute fair value gap right here. Seeing that, I should have been like, okay, let's think about this. But so my first short was here, comes back up, and my stop loss was actually above these highs, but I knew that if the market was going to go higher, it was going to take out these highs, and then eventually this high too. So I just cut my short early. So I just cut it about here, but with the spread and everything, it still ended up being a 3-point stop loss, which is totally fine. I think that's another reason why I got into a second trade, because I was like, listen, like we take 5-point stop loss trades, so we kind of have like 2 points kind of banked for another trade, if that makes sense. So like in my mind, it made sense, but I still went against my rules about taking 1 trade a day. Anyways, we then see like, okay, we knew that these relative equal highs were going to take in. We knew this buy side liquidity was going to be taken, these 15-minute highs. We did in fact take those both, and then boom, look at that sell-off right there. After seeing that, I was like, my heart. Like I wanted to get in a sell. I was just too early into the trade. So we have this big 5-minute fair value gap here, because that was definitely a displacement run. I wanted to see like what the market would do around this level. I was thinking about shorting here, but I was like, nah, like we're gonna wait for the 5-minute candle to close. It did close. We traded into the 5-minute fair value gap. We used this 1-minute inversion fair value gap, the one that we had shorted off originally, to protect our trade. So we wanted to see it respect that. Look at how beautiful that comes up to this area though. Like that is something beautiful, like coming into that consequent encroachment of that 1-minute fair value gap. Gorgeous. And of course the consequent encroachment of the 5-minute fair value gap, all respecting that. But not only that, I was looking at NASDAQ. I was like, okay, I want to see NAS respect its 5-minute fair value gap, and I want to see it go lower into its London session lows. And we were just kind of waiting for that to happen. So this was a much better trade because we waited for the setup to occur. I mean, obviously, like I still didn't get the best fill, but we did eventually come back up into that inversion fair value gap and turned around. And then look at that beautiful down close candles right into that new week opening gap level. Again, I got scared. I could not hold my trade. I was just like let's get out. So essentially I'm break even. I'm a little bit in profit today, but I'm break even mostly. So I broke a rule today and it worked in my favor. Guys, I am having a dilemma right now. What does this mean? Does this mean I should always allow myself to take 2 trades max? Like, should I go back to 1 trade? Like, I don't know. Like, there's so much going in my head right now. I'm like, maybe having the rule of 2 trades a day is fine because like I found a better setup after I noticed like what the market was doing. And then I'm like, I could have just waited for that setup, but like the first one could have gone. So I'm like having a dilemma right now because I took 2 trades, even though my rules state take 1 trade. So what do you guys think? I need some serious help, apparently. Like, should I stick to my 1 trade a day rule, or should I up it to 2 trades a day max rule? Let me know what you think in the comments. So this is my trade. I kind of just want to go over what I was looking at on the NASDAQ as well before I leave you guys. So we're gonna just jump up to the 5-minute on both of these time frames. Beautiful. I'm sorry if it looks a little messy. I just want to show you guys my executions. Now, obviously, like, we came back down to that new week opening gap and it's going higher. So like, again, today, if you did not take a trade today, good. Like, today has just been one of those days when I should have probably just not taken a trade, but it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. We're learning. We took 2 trades. We broke a rule. Like, we're break even. I just am like, my head's everywhere right now. I don't know what to do. Perfect. So again, we have this like 5-minute fair value gap, right? The market traded back into this 5-minute fair value gap. I was watching the 5-minute time frame. I did get in an entry on the 1-minute time frame, but I was looking at this 5-minute fair value gap too. I was like, okay, like the NASDAQ, bro, you came down, you took out this low. We came back up higher into this inversion fair value gap, this small little order block. We came back down. We did not take out this low. We now have relative equal lows because this was actually a London low level. So now we have very relatively equal lows. Like, you should want to take those lows, right? So I was watching this on the 5-minute time frame. This candle comes up. We trade into that 5-minute fair value gap. I take a short on the ES while watching the NASDAQ go into this 5-minute fair value gap, shorting ES, and then boom, we have some more consolidation. But we do eventually take out those London lows, and we do eventually hit our 5-point take profit and the new week opening gap high. So, I mean, it worked out. I'm using NASDAQ more for Confluence. I'm using them both in tandem. I want to see how the market's working with the indices across the board. The Dow was moving lower. The DXY was aiming for its daily highs. So there was like a lot of confluence around this trade that I took. But again, like, was it worth it? Was it worth it? I mean, I'm just break even. Really, I took 2 trades. I took 2 trades today. I broke a rule today. And the market conditions are not the best to be trading in, you know? So like, maybe I should have just sat out of the market. But something I'm working towards is entering into my trades. So I just did it twice today. Oh my gosh. I need a sip. Cheers to you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments what you think. How many trades a day do you usually take? How many trades a week do you usually take? Like, do you take 3 trades a week, 3 trades a day? I want to know. I want to know what you guys think about taking 2 trades a day, all right? Because I'm kind of liking it. Kind of liking it. I said it. Yeah. So, let me know in the comments. And I appreciate you guys so much for being here. I appreciate all the comments you guys give and all the love and support, and I just hope I'm giving back to you as much as you're giving to me. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. I hope you guys like this video. Let me know in the comments if you think 2 trades a day is max. Let me know in the comments what you think about me breaking a rule. It happened. Awesome. And I will see you all tomorrow. Be careful. It is NFP week, but we still got tomorrow and Wednesday morning, so I will see you all tomorrow. Bye for now.